Have you got an employee with unacceptable absenteeism? Or have you got a culture of absenteeism forming or formed within your business? Listen on to hear how to investigate it and get rid of them. Welcome to another episode of Titan PI TV. We're looking at the inside workings of a live operation investigation agency, that being here, Titan, in Derby. We do have 10 offices though, from Truro in the southwest all the way up to Manchester in the northwest. That gives us our national coverage. I'm Simon Henson, your host today, but also the Managing Director of Titan Private Investigation Limited. If you prefer to listen to podcasts, you can listen to Titan PI TV podcast wherever you download your podcasts. Happy Friday. So as I alluded to before the intro, we're going to be looking at today employee absenteeism. And the reason for that is because employee absenteeism eats through your business like a cancer. It affects your bottom line. And also you may have employees within your business who have a really good attendance rate at work. They are not absent, they don't go sick. But if they see the same few employees going sick and there's no intervention, they just get away with it, in the end, what's good for them will be good for that employee, and they'll start to have absenteeism, and that's when the cancer starts. It might be that the cancer hasn't started yet, and you just want to make an example of an employee who has unacceptable absenteeism. So how do we do it? We deploy a minimum of 2 surveillance operatives. Sometimes it's 3, but generally we're able to do it with 2 surveillance operatives. They deploy for a minimum of 5 hours. However, we would recommend that the operatives deploy for the contracted hours that the employee who's absent should be at work. So if that's an office worker working a 9-5, we would deploy 9 till 5 to covertly record that employee's movements, their locations visited, their associations, their body language. It might be that they work a night shift. It could be they work a 6-2. We will work what that employee is required to do contractually for your business to gain you the evidence of what they're actually doing. It might be that they've had an accident at work and it's suspected or disputed how that accident has now affected them. So they might say they can't sit in a car and drive for more than 30 minutes, so they can't come to work. It might be that you suspect that individual of working elsewhere. But in both those cases, we will gain the evidence and we will gain it lawfully. The operatives deploy for a minimum of 5 hours. That will cost you £600 plus the VAT to gain the evidence of what that employee is doing. If the employee is working for you contractually for 8 hours, then that's going to cost you £960 plus the VAT. We would suggest though, that if that individual isn't doing something as blatant as working elsewhere whilst absent, that potentially you're going to need more than 1 deployment, maybe 2, just to be able to knock out the defence that it was a good day and I could do that on that day. So if the individual has had an accident and they say they can't drive for more than half an hour, or they can't bend over to tie their shoelaces up, or they can't lift things, we may be able to get the evidence in 1 deployment of them doing those things. We will then provide you with a comprehensive report which includes images taken from the surveillance footage. We will also provide you with the unedited surveillance footage which is time date stamped. This report and the footage forms an exhibit. That exhibit, because all of our evidence is gained lawfully, is fully admissible in a tribunal internally or a civil or criminal court. That's another episode of Titan PI TV explaining how we can help you, a no-brainer of potentially between £600 and £960 plus the VAT, being able to get rid of an employee on 40 grand a year. Absolute no-brainer. Thank you for listening. Please give us a thumbs up. If you don't want to miss further episodes, then please subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. Thank you for listening, and until next time.